Good morning. Hello, everyone. Welcome to Cámara Peruana de Comercio Exterior in our daily lectures. I hope everyone is fine. I hope, you are taking the necessary precautions to, to take care of yourselves, to take care of your families. As we know, yesterday some new measures were installed by the government for the area of Lima where we live. We have starting next week, we're going to be restricted again with movement and how we commute and move around the city. I guess many people are complaining about this. Some people are in favor, some people are against. I'm not going to say whether or not it's good or bad. I'm just going to say that I hope, and I think everyone should think the same. I hope it helps. I just hope it helps because things are getting out of control. Okay, so just be careful if you go out. If it's necessary for you to go out, take all the necessary precautions. Wash your hands, change your clothes when you go home. Clean your feet, change your shoes, wear your masks, wear your face masks, and just take all the necessary measures to avoid getting sick or getting other people sick. Um, let's hope that the measures that the government has taken um, really have an impact in what is going on and in basically the health of the society. Many people are getting sick, and there's not enough space in hospitals or clinics for these people. Okay, so again, please remember that we are still in a pandemic and we need to take care and not to get overconfident and saying that nothing's going to happen. No. Better safe than sorry. Okay. So again, please be careful and take much care and take all the necessary measures to avoid getting sick and, like I said, getting others sick as well. Okay. So I want to welcome you to the lectures that Cámara Peruana de Comercio Exterior gives every day. Remember that English classes are Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays from 9 to 10. Okay, and I will follow your comments through the Zoom application and also through Facebook. Okay, remember that in Facebook sometimes it takes a little long. I don't know why there's sometimes a delay, but I will try to answer you all your questions as quickly as possible. Okay, so today we're going to start with a topic related to diet. Okay, the diets, and we're going to mention some vocabulary, some expressions, and the next class we're going to talk about some functions, some language functions. Okay. If you don't know me yet, my name is Carlos Martinez Flores. I'm an English instructor and speaking coach, a former team leader from Pacifico University, and currently I am the an annual EFL teacher at Mater Purísima School in Miraflores. Okay, so I want to welcome all of you. I want to wish you a good morning, and I hope you have a great Wednesday. Okay, and let's begin. So today we're going to talk about, like I said, the topics are let's talk about food vocabulary, eating habits, and idioms. Sorry, it says idioms, but it's idioms about health. Okay, let's talk about food. Now here are some words related to food. Okay, and what they mean. For example, we have meat, or sometimes called red meat. Okay, which can be lamb, pork, or beef. Okay, lambs are these animals that go meh, right, and they have the wool. Pork, is like pigs, and beef is like the cows. Okay, so these can be these are these three can be considered red meat. Then we have poultry, or also called white meat. Okay, poultry or white meat includes all the birds: chicken, turkey, goose, duck that people eat. Then we have game, which is called wild meat. And here we have rabbits, hares, partridge is another bird, pheasant is another bird. Okay. Um, then we have fish. In the fish section, we have saltwater fish and freshwater fish. Um, Saltwater fish or sea fish are all the fish that we get from the sea, like tuna, like bonito, like corvina, and all these other fish. And freshwater fish are the ones that come from the rivers, um, let's say or lakes, right? Um, trout and what's the other? Um, Salmon. Okay, these are basically freshwater fish. And we have in the seafood category, we have prawns, shrimps, lobsters, scallops, mussels, and crab. Prawns are similar to shrimp, just like they're a little bit smaller. Lobsters are the big ones, scallops are these scallops are these like white. It comes in a shell, but it's like white cylinders of meat. Mussels is what we sometimes call choros, right? Crabs are these animals with the claws, right? So these can be considered seafood. Although fish is also seafood, when we talk about seafood, we basically talk about all the other members of this area that are not fish. Okay. Then we have vegetables. Okay, notice some people say vegetables. It's okay, but it's better to say vegetables. Okay, the second e is normally not pronounced. Okay, so we just say vegetables. Okay, we say vegetables. But again, um, good morning, miss. That's okay. Okay, so again, we can say vegetables, which is normal, and some people say vegetables, but it's better to say vegetables. Okay, leafy vegetables such as broccoli or spinach, root vegetables such as carrots and onions. Okay, so these are types of vegetables that we have. Then we have fruit. We have soft fruit like plums or peaches. A plum is what we call Chilean plum, and the Peruvian plum will be those. The Chilean plum is like purple, and the Peruvian plum, if you want to call it like that, are like these like capsules and they're like red. Okay, and we have berry fruit like strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, blackberries, etc. Okay, you can also talk about different food groups such as fats and oils. Okay, butters, olive oil, fruit, vegetables, protein. Protein like meats. Dairy is anything that comes from the cow, milk, cheese, yogurt, etc. Grains are like wheat, trigo, right? Wheat or corn, and sugar. Okay, so these are some types of food that we normally use when we talk about food in general. Okay, so we have white meat, red meat. They say that red meat is not so good for your health. Wheat, not wheat. Okay, be careful with your pronunciation. Okay, this is wheat. Wheat is currently is being debated if it's good for your arthritis or for other medical issues. Okay, so be careful how you pronounce. If you say wheat, that's not. This is wheat. Okay, totally different pronunciation. Okay, so like I said, these are some types. These are some words that are related to vocabulary that we normally use when we talk about food. And let's continue. Now, how we cook food. This is also important, okay? Because every the different ways that food is cooked has a different word. For example, the first word that we have is boiled. Boiled. Okay, boiled has to do with water. When you put water and it's very, very hot, and for example, you boil eggs, you boil meat, you boil chicken, for example. Okay, you cook it in water. Okay, then we have steamed. Steamed. Okay, not steamed. Steamed. Okay, steamed is when you cook with steam, with the vapor of the water. Okay, sometimes there are some. My mom has this rice cooker that you collocate the rice and you place the rice, and on top of it you collocate like this special compartment where you collocate vegetables, right? And you close the rice cooker, and the vegetables are cooked with the vapor or the steam of the rice. Okay, so they're steamed. Then we have fried or sauteed. Okay, this is like, for example, when you collocate um, um, your steak on the frying pan, or it has to do with a pan. You know, this what is used in the kitchen. You know, the frying pan is like flat, like a circle, but it's flat. It's not too tall. It's flat, and you fry your eggs, you fry your chicken. It's to fry, right? And this is fried or sauteed. Okay, fried or sauteed. Then we have stir fried. The next one, stir fried. This is like, for example, when you make lomo saltado, you fry it really fast in hot oil. Okay, it's like when you make, people say that I make a good lomo saltado, and I believe them. um, so you collocate the beef in the pan, and fire comes out, right, and it fries very quickly. I mean, 2 3 minutes and it's finished. That's stir fried. Okay. Then we have pan fried. Okay. Now, when pan fried is when you again, it's a frying pan, but it takes longer. It's like the opposite of stir fried. Okay, stir fried is very quick. Pan fried, not so quick. Roasted, when you cook it in the oven. You know, when you, for example, when you for Christmas. In Christmas, we collocate turkey inside the oven. It's a square in your kitchen, right? In your stove, there's an oven, this big square that you sometimes collocate. Well, in this case, roasted is for food, but you can also bake. Okay, like here, we're gonna get that later. Bake is for cakes. Okay, so when you collocate chicken, when you collocate pork, or you collocate turkey in the oven, it is roasted. Then we have grilled. Grill is, well, we can do it on your stove, or you can do it in a barbecue. For example, you can grill things in the barbecue, but it's when you cook under a grill or a ridged pan. You know, when a ridged means it has these lines. This is the pan that has a it's like this form, and you collocate the meat on top to avoid using oil and avoid using anything to cook. It normally cooks with its own grease, its own fat. Okay. Baked, it's when you prepare cake, when you prepare bread, when you prepare a pie. Okay, you cook it in the oven, but it's baked. Okay. Then you have stewed, cooked for a long time on low heat. Okay, a stew is like, for example, in Peru we have two different types of stew. We have the green stew, which we call seco, and then we have the red stew, which we call estofado. Okay, so it's cooked on low heat, and it just cooks. Okay. Then we have casserole. Casserole that cooks slowly in juices. Casserole is like something also, it can be similar to a stew, but it's basically, for example, your asado. Asado will be a casserole, because it cooks slowly in the juices of the water. It just cooks around, just cooks. Okay, so these are different ways that food is prepared, the food is cooked. Boiled, when you cook it in water. Steam, when you cook in the vapor. Fried or sauteed, when you cook in a pan with oil. Stir fried, when you cook very quickly with oil. Pan fried, when you cook with oil but not so quick. Roasted is when you cook in the oven. Grill is when you cook normally without any oil. You cook with the fat of the meat. Bake is when you cook, for example, um, cakes, or when you cook pies. Stewed is when you cook for a long time but very low heat. Casserole is when you cook in the juices of the water, of the meat, or and like I said, asado could be a casserole. Okay, so these are different ways of how you cook, how you prepare the meat or the beef or the vegetables or whatever. Okay. Again, remember that I follow your comments through Zoom and through Facebook. Okay. Let's continue. Now, let's review. We have these different types of cooking: steamed, pan fried, fried or sauteed, stir fried, and boiled. And now we have their definitions. Now let's see. Steamed. Which of these definitions is steamed? Cooked in boiling water, cooked in oil in a frying pan, cooked over a saucepan of boiling water, fried fast in hot oil, or fried in a frying pan. Which of these definitions is the definition of steamed? I'm listening, or I'm reading. If you said cooked over a saucepan of boiling water, very good, because like we said, steam is when the vapor of the water cooks the vegetables or the food. Okay, pan fried. Excuse me. Pan fried. Which of these definitions would you match with pan fried? Cooked in boiling water, cooked in oil in a frying pan, fried fast in hot oil, fried in a frying pan. Hmm? Which of these options would you choose? Pan fried. Very good. Fried in a frying pan. Very good. It's kind of obvious. What about fried or sauteed? Fried or sauteed, cooked in oil in a frying pan. Very good. Thank you, Miss Diana, for participating in Facebook. Good. Now, stir fried, we have two options: cooked in boiling water or fried fast on in hot oil. Stir fried. What do you think? Very good. Fried fast in hot oil. And the last option, boiled, cooked in boiling water. Very good. Very good. Excellent. Okay, so we have steamed, cooked over a saucepan of boiling water with the vapor. Pan fried, that you fried in a pan, obvious. Fried or sauteed, you cook in oil in a frying pan. Stir fried, very quick on in oil. In boiled, you cook with water. Very good. Now let's continue. Now, when you go for when you go to a restaurant or at home, you have normally each um, meal has three different portions, if you want to call it like that. Okay, for example, we have the starter or the hors d'oeuvres or appetizer. The three mean the same. Okay, starter, hors d'oeuvres, or appetizer. The three mean the same, and this is the first thing you eat as part of your formal meal. Sometimes, for example, in Peru, sometimes it depends. Your starter could be a bowl of soup or a salad, or maybe papa la huancaína or something that it's a starter. Okay, but like I said, the three words basically mean the same: starter, hors d'oeuvres, and appetizer. It's what you eat before your main dish. Then we have your main course, okay, which is the principal or main dish of your food, which could be meat, fish, or whatever you want, okay. And finally, we have your dessert. Notice dessert, double S, okay. The pronunciation is different. We have dessert, D-S-S-E-R-T. When we only have one S, it's called desert. And the desert is like the Atacama Desert, the Gobi Desert, the deserts here that we have in Ica. We have all of Lima and all the coast of Peru is a desert area. Okay, so but notice when you have two S's, the pronunciation is dessert. Okay, dessert or pudding, it's something that you eat after your dinner, and normally it's sweet. It could be chocolate cake, it could be jello, it could be leche asada, or anything that you like to eat. Okay, and it comes after your main course. Okay, so you have three. Each meal has three parts: your starter, your main course, or your dessert. Okay, remember that starter is a synonym of hors d'oeuvres and also of appetizer. Okay, so like I said, these are the three parts of a meal when you have lunch. Now, diets. If you are overweight or obese, now there's two things that. Now, the difference between being overweight and being obese is that normally the word obese is associated with pathology. If you are obese, then you are have not you not only have an excess of weight, but this excess of weight is affecting your overall health. Okay, when you're overweight, for example, I think that I am overweight right now because normally I weigh between 76 and 78 kilos. That should be that was my normal weight. And currently I'm around 84 or 85 kilos. So I'm like around 10 kilos of overweight. I mean, I need to lose it. Now, obese is when it, 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 it doesn't have to do with the amount of kilos because you can be 10 kilos and still be obese or 10 kilos and just be overweight. The difference between overweight and obese is like when you're obese, your overweight is causing problems. Okay, your overweight is now, I mean, overweight is never a good thing, but for example, I am overweight, but I'm not having heart issues because of my overweight. I'm not having, let's say, blood pressure issues because of my overweight. If I continue, I might become obese and now become a problem. Okay, so remember the difference between obese and overweight is that obese tends to be more pathological. You need to go to the doctor. When you're overweight, maybe with some exercise, maybe with some activity, you can go back to normal. Okay. And normally when you are, but in both cases, you could choose to go on a diet. And here are some words and phrases that we use to talk about dieting. Okay. Body size and putting on weight. Putting on weight means to gain or increase your weight. The expression, watch what you eat. Okay. If somebody tells you, watch what you eat, it means be careful what you eat. Okay. Be careful about what you drink. Be careful about the quantities. Be careful about everything. Just for example, if my mom normally tells me this because I like to eat red meat, and she tells me, "Watch what you eat." Okay, you should no, you shouldn't eat too much red meat. Okay, or when I love Chinese food, and my father always tells me, "I mean, Chinese is delicious, but watch what you eat. Be careful." Okay, take precaution. Okay, watch your figure. Now when you say watch your figure, it's similar to watch what you eat, but in the first case we're talking that, okay, don't eat this food because it's not good for you. When we say watch your figure, it's don't eat that food because it's going to be bad for your figure. Maybe you're going to get fatter, or you're going to um, 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 maybe increase your size in clothing. I don't know. Okay, so refuse certain food because you want to stay slim, you don't want to gain weight. And go on a crash diet. This is what I tend to do normally, and sometimes it doesn't work. You start a radical diet to lose weight quickly. I mean, you start eating. I mean, you don't eat. You skip meals. You only eat vegetables and stuff like that. Okay, you want to quickly lose weight. Okay, so this is to go on a crash diet. So when we talk about diets, the first three that we mentioned was watch what you eat. It means be careful what you're eating. Watch your figure is be careful so you don't increase your weight and you stay how you are. And go on a crash diet means to eat very quickly, eat trying to lose weight very quickly. Okay, so people do many things to do that. Let's continue. Next, we have the count the calories or a calorie controlled diet. This is when people who on diets, they tend to do this because they calories are associated with gaining weight. So the more calories you get, the more weight you might increase. That's why when you do exercise, you have a calorie counter. For example, when you go running to the gym, even though now it's going to be closed because of the quarantine, but you see the machine and it says calories, so it shows you how many calories you have burned. So we associate that the more calories you burn, the more weight you're going to lose. Also, if you eat or consume more calories, the more weight that you're going to gain. Okay, a snack between meals. That means that everything you eat between breakfast. The normal meals are breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Three: breakfast in the morning, lunch in the afternoon, and dinner in the evening. Okay, be careful with lunch because sometimes in Peru we associate lunch with lonche, and they're two different things, two totally different things. Breakfast is in the morning, lunch is in the afternoon, and dinner is at night or in the evening. Okay. Now, a snack between meals would be, okay, you have your breakfast, your lunch, and your dinner, and in between these three, you eat something. Okay. Maybe you have a coffee or a sandwich or whatever, or a snack, cookie or something. Okay, so those that means snack between meals. Now cut out certain foods altogether. That means if I tell you you need to cut out pastas altogether, that means all the pastas, bread, pizza, anything has to do with carbohydrates. If I say cut out chocolates altogether, that means no chocolate, never in no way, not chocolate milk, chocolate as a candy, chocolate. I mean, just stop it. I mean, stop consuming it. Um, Well, yeah. That's what it be. That's what the expression cut out altogether. Okay. Then cut down on, that means that reduce. It doesn't mean to, the opposite of cut out altogether. If I say cut out certain food, I mean cut out chocolate altogether, that means zero. But if I say cut down, I mean reduce. I mean, you can still consume, but less. For example, if you consumed, let's say two chocolate bars per day, maybe you can consume half a chocolate bar. Okay, you're cutting down, you're reducing. But remember, if I say cut down altogether, that means stop, nothing, zero. Okay, so very good. Now talking about body size or putting on weight. When we talk about body size or putting on weight, we have some expressions that we can use. For example, you are what you eat. It's an expression that meaning that your body shape is different, directly related to what or how much you eat. Okay, if you eat fatty foods every day, then you're probably going to get fat. If you eat healthy every day, then you're probably going to be healthy. If you don't have a balanced diet, then probably you're going to have issues. Okay, so your diet is going to express, or is going to um, um, show through your body, I mean, what type of diet you have. Okay, it's if you see a slim person and fit, you know that he eats properly. Okay, so you, like they say, you are what you eat. Now the next one, middle age spread. Okay, when you put on weight, especially around your waist and hips, they say that when a person reaches the middle age, they gain weight whether or not they eat correctly, and whether or not they have a good diet and they go to the gym. This is what it's called, a middle age spread. People get in gain weight, especially around the waist and the hips. Okay, put on or gain weight. That means to increase your kilos or your pounds. It depends where you live. Okay, so put on weight or gain weight means to become heavier. So, like I said, normally my average weight has been on for many years between 76 and 78 kilos. But currently I have gained weight because now I am around 84. Okay, so I need to lose weight if I have become heavier. Pinch an inch, okay, where you can measure at least an inch worth of fat around your middle. An inch is approximately 2.5 centimeters, okay? So an inch or pulgada is approximately 2.5. Now, when they say this is where you can measure at least an inch worth of fat around your middle, okay? So in your abdomen, if you can pinch, it's like pellizcar, okay? So if you can pinch um, um, an inch of fat, then that means you're overweight. Okay, if it's less, then normally you are increasing your weight, but you're still not overweight. Okay, so that will be pinch an inch. Okay, these are words related to body size and to weight. Okay, next we continue with some more expressions. Pile on the pounds. It's to gain a lot of weight. Now we have increased a lot, so we have piled on the pounds. Lose or shed weight, it's the opposite. Okay, the opposite of pile on the pounds is lose weight or shed weight. You become lighter. And go up a size. Like I said, if you gain weight, normally you go up a size. I remember a time not so long ago when I was still medium. Now medium is like stretch. I need to use large. Okay, so you go up a size. Okay, hopefully if everything works out, I can lower that. But yeah, when you go up a size, that means you increase your size. If you were, for example, in pants, oh, a couple of years ago I was 32, now I'm 34. Okay, so you went up a size. Okay, and other expressions are like have a sweet tooth. You really love eating sweets. To eat sensibly means to eat intelligently, and 5 a day means when you have to do something 5 times per day. Okay, it could be twice a day, 3 times a day, 4 times a day. It depends. Okay, so it depends, but the expression can vary. Very good. So these are all words related to eating. Okay, now same thing as before. We have these expressions. We have starter, hors d'oeuvres, or appetizer. Have a sweet tooth, cut down on, watch what you eat, go on a crash diet. And we have like eating sweets, sugar, cake, sweets or chocolate. Be careful about what you eat and the quantities you eat. Start a radical diet to lose weight quickly. The first thing you eat as part of a more formal meal, and reduce the amount of fatty or sugary foods, for example. Now, starter or hors d'oeuvres, what would you collocate? How would you match? How would you connect? Starter or hors d'oeuvres or appetizer? Again, remember that I'm reading you through Zoom and through Facebook. So let's see. Starter, hors d'oeuvres or appetizer. It's the first thing you eat as part of a more formal meal. Let's see. Very good. The first thing you eat as part of a more formal meal. What about to have a sweet tooth? Very good. It's also Miss Diana in Facebook. In Zoom, let's see. To have a sweet tooth? Okay. To have a sweet tooth? Let's see. Very good. You like eating sweets or sugary things like cakes, sweets, or chocolates. Very good. Okay, that's to have a sweet tooth. Very good, Miss Diana. Yes, very good. Cut down on. Let's see. To reduce the amount. Okay. To cut down on, to reduce the amount. Let's see. Everybody agree? Let's see in Facebook. To cut down on, to reduce the amount. Let's check. Very good. To reduce the amount. Okay, excellent. Next, watch what you eat. To be careful. Be careful of what you eat, the quantities you eat. Yes, very good. Very good, Ms. Villan. Watch what you eat. To be careful. Let's see. Very good. To be careful of what you eat and the quantities you eat. Excellent. And finally, go on a crash diet will be to start a radical diet to lose weight quickly. Okay, very good. So to go on a crash diet is to start a radical diet to lose weight quickly. Very good. Excellent. Now here we have some vocabulary. We have vegetables in English. For example, we have cucumber, cucumber. We have the yellow onion, the red onion, okay, garlic, okay. In Peru, we use a lot of garlic. We have carrots, right? We have carrots. Then we have red cabbage, okay. Cabbage we have red, or here we have it's called a white cabbage, but it looks more green, but still, yeah. Then we have radish, okay, radish, what we call rabanitos, okay, eggplant. In British English, they're called aubergines. And then we have mushrooms, okay. Um, and what else we have here? We have the red peppers, okay. And the red pepper is not spicy. Red pepper is what we use sometimes with in Chinese food, or we use in arroz con pato or con pollo, okay. Artichoke, okay. My father loves to eat artichoke, and he loves to eat the leaves, okay. That's his artichoke. Then we have corn, okay. Then we have corn. This is the typical American yellow corn. In Peru, we have the white corn, bigger. Beets, okay, these are purple, and you can make your ensalada rusa with this, right? Your beets. Broccoli, the cauliflower, celery, okay, apio, right? Red chili and green chili. Well, in Peru, we have the red chilies, but instead of the green chili, we have the yellow chili, right, that we use for papala huancaín. Sweet potato, I love sweet potato. Asparagus, olives, pumpkin, fennel. Fennel in Spanish, it's called hinojo. I don't think I've ever eaten it, but it's called hinojo. spring onion, or what we call cebollita china, spring onion. Turnip is nabo, right? A green bean. Then we have the avocado and lettuce, although this looks like the hydroponic lettuce, but it's lettuce, and the zucchini or squash. Okay, zucchini or squash. So we have these different vegetables um, that normally in Peru we use a lot. I think the only one that I have never tasted is hinojo, but I know what it is in Spanish, but I don't think I've ever tasted it. Okay, very good. And now fruits. Just like we have vegetables, we also have fruits. We have the apple, right? Apple. Watermelon. I kind of like watermelon, but I'm not so fond of it. Then we have the oranges, strawberries, grape. Okay, we have grape. Cherry. I love cherries. Mango. Okay, we have mango. Nectarine. Okay, nectarine. In Spanish, I think they're called nectarinas. I think they're the same, but nectarine. The bananas. Okay, we have bananas. Then we have the pomegranate. Okay, pomegranate. This is I love this to eat it also fresh. Raspberries. The papayas. Okay, kiwi. I like kiwis. Pineapple. The golden pineapple is delicious. Lemon. Okay, even though this is the American lemon, which is yellow, our lemon is green. Apricot. Okay, it's like a peach, similar to a peach. Grapefruit, I think it's toronja. Avocado, passion fruit, or what we call this is like the brown kind of dark passion fruit. Our passion fruits are yellow. It's called maracuya. The plum, this is like similar to the Chilean plum, but we also have the Peruvian plum, which is smaller and red. Okay, then we have lime. Okay, so notice that here we have the green lemon. Okay, but for us it's lemon. Okay, but in the United States it's called lime. Okay, and let's see what else. Then we have the blueberries. Okay, or what we called in Spanish arándanos, right? Okay, blueberries, arándanos, and then we have the lychee. Um, this is like I don't know what the name of this fruit is in Spanish. I don't think I've ever eaten it. And then we have figs. I love figs. Figs they're very sweet. Um, and these are some fruits that we have in English. Okay, so we have some fruit, some vegetables, and some fruits that we in English and in Spanish. Okay, any questions so far? Okay, no. Okay, good. So let's continue. Now, I mentioned before, like for example, eggplant in American English and aubergine in British English. There are some other words that related to food that have different meanings or different words in British and American. For example, aubergine in American is eggplant. In British English is beetroot, and in American only beet, la beterraga. Candy floss and cotton candy. This is algodón. Okay, candy floss and cotton candy. American cookie, British biscuit. American French fry, British chips. American silverware, our spoon, the fork, in British cutlery. American French toast and British eggy bread. Cupcake, fairy cake. Fruit pie, flan. Ham or gammon. Can in American. Tin, British. Pitcher, jug. Corn, maize. Ground meat, minced meat. Green onions, spring onions. Okay, so the difference between British English and American English. Okay, now there's always this debate and which is better, which is worse. Honestly, I know I learned the first one American, and and during my preparations I started using British. maybe there's no better one. The pronunciation is different and some words are different, but still English. It's like if we want to compare Spanish from Spain and Spanish from Peru. I mean, there's no better language, just different. Okay, okay, don't worry. And the next topic is, well, now since we talk about diets, we need to talk about fitness also. It's going to be very quick, very short. And here we mentioned, for example, exercising, warm up, cool down, work out, get in shape, keep fit, which are similar. Push-ups, when you go on the floor and you push-ups. Sit-ups is when you sit and you go like this at the sit-up. Pull-up is when you're hanging and you start to lift yourself like this. Pull-up. Squat is when you sit and you stand up. You sit and you stand up. Crunches is like when you do abdominals, right? Cardio is when you do exercise like spinning, running, circuit training. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Okay. And diet, we have the calorie we mentioned before, metabolism, digestive system, energy, nutrients, proteins, carbohydrates, fats, fiber, vitamins, organic, appetite, gain or put on weight, and the opposite is lose weight. Okay. So here we have some words related to exercising and some words related to dieting. Very good. And now this is going to be very quickly. I'm just going to go to this because these are some expressions. Food is one of the greatest pleasures of life. We all know this, okay? But too much of something is not always good. Okay, now for example, we have a nutritional diet is a good mix of proteins. What is proteins? Meat, fish, lentils, eggs, etc. And carbohydrates, which again are anything that has sugar, right? Rice, bread, wheat, and fats, but the good fats, okay? Cheese, butter, nuts, as well as enough variety of vitamins, vitamin A, B, C, B12, minerals, magnesium, zinc, etc. Okay, so a combination of all of these is good. So notice that to eat meat is not bad. I mean, if you eat too much meat is bad. To eat fat is not bad. Too much of something makes it bad. A balanced diet should also provide just the right amount of calories. So calories are good as long as they are measured to stop you getting overweight. A lot of people think a high fiber diet is the best for controlling weight as it makes you feel full. In general, a diet low in sugar and salt is better for the health. Okay, so instead of high fiber, fibra, it's better a diet low on sugar and salt. Some people with allergies or illnesses, such as people with a lactose intolerant, like me, I need to drink milk without lactose. Um, Coalics, people who are allergic to gluten, which is found in wheat. Okay, and that's why nowadays you can see in the without gluten, okay, or diabetic people who suffer from sugar issues. Okay, so these are some words related to eating healthy. Now, many people follow a special diet for religious reason. Okay, they eat halal, which is Muslim, or kosher if you're Jewish. Okay, these are, for example, if you kosher, it needs to be blessed, it needs to be prepared in a special way before you eat it. Okay, and so sometimes your religion tells you um, you need to follow certain traditions. Okay, and now there are people they may eat specific food at different times, such as Shrove Tuesday, or they fast or they fast. That means that they don't eat. For example, here before Holy Week, it's time for fasting. Okay, to ayunar. Okay. Then we have vegetarians, vegans. Okay, the difference between vegetarian and vegan: a vegetarian, you don't eat any kind of meat. Okay, only vegetables. A vegan is you don't eat any product that comes like an animal. Okay, so vegetarians sometimes drink milk or honey, whereas vegans don't. Okay, and okay, like I said before, food is a pleasure, so just be careful and control it. And now idioms, again, I don't know why I wrote idioms, but it's idioms without the A. These are expressions that have another meaning. For example, alive and kicking means to be well, to be healthy. As blind as a bat, that means that you can't see, you need glasses. A bag of bones, very extremely thin person. Okay, you're almost sick, extremely thin person, almost sick. And if you're full of beans, that means you're very active, very healthy. Okay, so remember, alive and kicking, you're well, you're fine. Blind as a bat, you need glasses. Bag of bones, you're too thin. I mean, you're a bag of bones for the dogs. And when you're full of beans, means you're very active, you're lively, you're healthy. Okay. Now, don't worry about your grandmother. She's alive and kicking. She's fine. Without her glasses, she's as blind as a bat. Okay. Without my glasses, I'm not as blind as a bat, but I need some help. Okay. A bag of bones. That means okay. She looks like a bag of bones. She's turning into a bag of bones. She has lost a lot of weight. Full of beans. He's always full of beans when he goes to school. Okay, that means you're very active. Next, to be sick and tired of. Okay, that means that you're losing your patience. I'm sick and tired of hearing your complaints. I have no more patience. Okay, bitter pill to swallow. That to say something is unpleasant that must be accepted. Okay, it's like I accept it, but I'm not happy. After disappointment and defeat, to declare bankruptcy with a bitter pill to swallow for him was a bitter pill to swallow for him. That means you did it, but you weren't very happy. It wasn't very good. Blackout is to faint, to lose consciousness. Mary blacked out when she fell. Okay, you lose your consciousness. This is my yaps. Next, hale and hearty. It's an expression that you're good. In spite of her old age, she looks hale and hearty. In bad shape, the opposite, right? You don't look so good. John is in bad shape. He needs to exercise and go on a diet. Now, very quickly, with this we finish. We have vegetables in English, and here we have their names. Let's see this one here. What's it called? What is the name of this first vegetable here? Do you remember? Or does anyone remember? What is the name of this first vegetable here? I'm listening to your comments in Zoom and also in the Facebook app. What is the name of this vegetable here? This vegetable is very good. It's a cucumber, right? A cucumber. What about the next vegetable? These two vegetables are the same. The only difference is the color. So this first one is very good. The white onion. The next, it's onion, but what type of onion? Very good. The red onion. Now this garlic, we use it to make our, for example, in Peru, it's impossible to make aderezo without garlic. Or to make rice, we need to make we need garlic to make our rice, right? Very good. Then this is what the Bugs Bunny eats, and they say it's good for your eyes. These are from here. These are carrots. Very good. Now we have this is purple cabbage, and even though this is kind of green, it's called a white cabbage. This is what we use in Peru to make our salad. It's called rabanito. In English, it's called radish. Very good. And this in British English is called um, aubergine. In American, it's called an eggplant. And finally, we have the mushrooms. Very good. And to finish, let's do this. And with this, we finished our class today. Blackout, when you're like, and then you lose conscious, right? You lose consciousness. Very good. You're full of beans. When you're full of beans, you are like full of beans, very active. A bag of bones. You look like a viewer for the dogs. You're not healthy. This is the opposite of obese. I mean, again, obese, you are fat, but you need medical help. Overweight, you don't. Now, skinny or slim is normal. But a bag of bones, you need to go to the doctor. Extremely thin person. Next, in bad shape, obvious, in a bad physical condition. And finally, alive and kicking is to continue to be well, healthy, and successful. Very good, boys and girls. Our class will continue on Friday. It's going to be again talking about eating things, but more about and some more functions. Okay, so see you on Friday. Have a great Wednesday and please take care. Okay, I want you to stay safe at home. Um, Remember, you can contact me at my email, cjmflores@gmail.com, or at my WhatsApp number, 947 390-436, or finally at my LinkedIn account, CJMFLORES27. Okay. I want to thank everybody who participated in Zoom and everybody who participated in Facebook. I hope you have a great Wednesday, a great beginning of the week, and I will see you on Friday. Okay. Thank you for participating in the comics lectures, and continue here so you can hear another lecture in another very interesting topic. I'll see you on Friday. Bye bye.